is the one fucking fly in this house down here with me. What are we calling this?
We are calling this Liam Neeson's Macabre Lists. Tonight we'll be giving our top 10 lists for favorite sci-fi horror movies. Yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you sons of bitches.
Yes.
All right.
Liam Neeson.
Okay, motherfuckers.
Not your turn in the list yet.
Yes.
Fuck
the
off.
fly. The fly. Yeah. Watch.
Get out of here.
Oh man. I should have put that on my list.
The universe. Any movie that Queen does the soundtrack for is automatically awesome.
Highlander.
Yes.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
They're remaking that.
They are. With the dude from John Wick. I can't even think of his name. Duh.
I don't know, because I can't think of his name either.
Not David Leitch is the one that we're not talking about. Chad Stahelski. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Did you know?
And did
you know he was Brandon Lee's stunt double in The Crow?
Oh, was he? I did not know that. See, I did not know that.
The one scene they had to put Lee's face or CGI'd in there for the mirror scene. They put his face on his body, and he was his his stunt double. Fucking crazy.
The more you know. Flesh. Wait, wrong movie. Flash.
My computer's name is LV426.
Oh, so nice.
When I log into my computer, since I have my phone hooked to it, my phone always says you're connected to LV426.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
That's how much of a nerd.
That's how much of a nerd I am.
I'm such a nerd.
Such a nerd. Yeah. America, fuck yeah.
Coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
America, fuck yeah. To lick my butt and suck on my balls, America. Oh my God.
And the award.
How sad is it we know the lyrics?
The intense puking scene goes to
America. Here we go.
Welcome back to Corner of the Macabre. And today we have Liam Neeson's top 10 lists of sci-fi horror films.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, actually, it's our favorite top 10.
Yeah.
I have a top 10, and Randy has a top 10.
I do. And I'm anxious to see if your top 10 list is the same as mine.
Ooh, that's
because
right.
We don't know whose list.
We don't.
I mean, we haven't.
We told each other that we weren't going to tell each other.
Yes. So here we go. This may be a fucking train wreck from hell, but hey, it's us. It's us. Yeah. And every show is a train wreck from fucking hell. So,
always. Every episode is a train to Busan.
Ooh. Do I feel a deep dive coming on?
I mean, we could.
The train to Busan?
Yeah. We definitely need to hit some zombies. Yeah. We'll have to do a top 10 zombie movie list too.
Yeah. Mine will be really, really fucking small. I don't know if I can do top 10 list or not. I'm not a fan of zombie films. There's a few. I could probably, I mean,
I can get it done.
Yeah.
I can get it done.
I probably could. Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Let's get to the top 10. Okay.
All right.
So how are we gonna do this? So are we just gonna fucking be like, okay, my number 10 is blah. And you're like, my number 10 is blah. So they're not the same. So fuck you. Or they're not. They are the same. So wow, fucking high five.
Ooh. Tell you what, I'm gonna let you go first, and you're gonna tell us what your number 10 is.
Okay.
And then you can talk about it, and then I'll say mine.
Okay. Let's do that. So all right.
Let's do it.
Number 10 on my list is a film from 1983 called The Keep.
Oh, nice.
Michael Mann, starring Scott Glenn, Ian McKellen, Gabriel Byrne, and Bruce Payne. I mean, doesn't get any better than that. And the film is
Stellar
about,
cast.
the film takes place in Romania during World War II, and there's this keep, this castle keep, a fortress that the Nazis have come in and taken over, and they unleash a demonic entity. I know a lot of people don't like this film because it's stupid or whatever, but I saw it when it came out in 83 and I was young, and I immediately, like the following weekend, made a short film called The Keep. No, it wasn't the following weekend. It was, because I had to make the creature and everything, but it was shot 3 minutes long. It was shot on Super 8. Yeah. And I think mine was called Raoul. So, yeah. But anyway, so that is mine. So
it's a good choice.
I think so.
Good choice.
It really influenced me as a kid. And so it stuck with me all these years, and every once in a while I'll go back and watch it, and just the mood and atmosphere of the film, I dig it. Story is not, I mean, it goes batshit bonkers at the end, but hey, and it's Michael Mann, which I love Michael Mann's work. So
yeah, talk about a guy that had a stellar career that started out pretty early on in horror, which seems to be a case for actually a lot of popular people in Hollywood.
Yes,
if you think about it.
Yes,
actors, directors, actresses.
Yes.
All right, I suppose I have to reveal my number 10 now.
Yes, you sure
so number 10. This one's a little newer, so that may surprise some people. But my number 10 is the film Slither, directed by James Gunn.
Yes, I love me some James Gunn.
Oh man, this movie came out, and
Michael Rooker. Fuck yeah!
Yes, exactly. Every movie's better with Michael Rooker.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've got Michael Rooker, Nathan Fillion. I mean, how Elizabeth Banks is in. Where do you go wrong? I mean, we're talking about a laundry list of people here who have just shot into stardom since this movie. But yeah, so let's see. If this was 2006, it was I think it was James Gunn's first directorial debut.
I believe it was. Fun. I believe it was. Yeah.
Very fun. So basically, plot in a nutshell: meteor comes flying to Earth, and it's got like a extraterrestrial parasite in it. Lands in town, infects old Michael Rooker, and he goes crazy with being infected. He's going to infect other people, and it's up to the town sheriff and his soon-to-be love interests to take down the alien threat.
Yeah,
for lack of better wording.
Yeah, America, fuck yeah! Oh, wrong movie. Wrong movie.
So, I think technically this movie did not do well when it came out.
I don't think it did.
Definitely, it has kind of its own cult status now. It's super well loved by a lot of horror fans, sci-fi fans. Of course, everybody knows who James Gunn is now, and a lot of people know who all these other stars are. But I think one of my favorite things about this movie was the amount of practical effects that they actually used in it, especially in a movie from 2006. I mean, we're in the dawn of CGs in full effect now, so you would expect to see tons of that, but you don't. And it's pretty gross. And by gross, I mean awesome.
Oh yeah. There's, I mean, there's some crazy body horror in this film. It's very freaking nuts.
Cronenberg at times. It's pretty nasty. It's gnarly. It's funny. I mean,
or Cronenberg or Carpenter.
That's right. That's right. Something tells me Carpenter will be mentioned later. Just taking a wild guess. Probably. Maybe.
Well, I'm not gonna say, that, I mean,
Yeah. I'm not saying
I
like
mean,
I'm not a big fan, so I don't know if any of his movies are gonna
yeah,
make it on here.
yeah. All
All
right.
right, well I guess back to you for number 9 on your
Ooh,
list.
number nine. Number nine is a 2008 film directed by Toby Wilkins, and the name of the film is Splinter.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and it's about this couple that on a trip, and they decide to check into a motel, and on their way they're carjacked by low rent kidnappers and crooks. So, and they come across, they come to this gas station, and that's when all hell breaks loose with this freaking organism that you really don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's fucking deadly as hell. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Blob in a way, but it's different. It's different. But yeah, I really dug this movie when I saw it for the first time, and it's stuck with me all these years. And I think it's a really great sci-fi horror film that if you've never seen, you need to check it out. So
Absolutely. I actually really enjoy Slither myself. And that's a really unique movie. For as much as you think it might have to use some stereotypical things from the genre, it's pretty original. The sentient being thing, whatever the hell it is.
yeah,
It's almost like it uses hosts, but it also more or less kind of transformed them.
yeah, it just kind of takes over the DNA and re-engineers it, and yeah, but
It's like
yeah,
Venom on crack
yes, yeah, yes, it is, yes,
with more spikes.
yes, yes, more spikes, more. So
Yes,
there's my number 9.
that was a good one. Good one.
I
Touche.
think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
So my number 9, maybe doesn't always get thought about as sci-fi horror, but I still think it fits the genre. It's again a little bit newer, but I mean, the more you think about it, it's been a while now. Starship Troopers is my number 9. Yeah,
Yes.
I love Starship Troopers. In my mind, if aliens can count, then so can Starship Troopers. It's yes, there's a lot of action in it, but it's also a sci-fi horror film. It's about basically an alien race that is trying to eradicate us, so we have to eradicate them. And
Yes.
so
And
that's
every time
basically
every time I watch this movie or I see it, I don't know why I always think of Bill Paxton. And Bill Paxton's not in this movie, but I think of the
he
line
should
that he
have
had.
been.
Well, and I think of Tombstone also, because the line that Bill Paxton has in Tombstone is, "There ain't no living that live with bugs." Like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, right.
yeah. They refer to them as bugs in Starship Troopers, and
Yes,
they constantly refer to it as them going on a bug hunt.
yes, bug
Which
hunt.
again, you hear that in Aliens. But yeah, Paul Verhoeven was
Mhm.
director. I think this was based on a novel from like the 50s or 60s.
I have no clue.
To some extent, it was obviously updated and set kind of in the future at like the 23rd century or something like that.
Yeah, I dig it.
We've got some good stars. I mean, Casper Van Dien is in this.
Yes.
Denise Richards is in it. Jake
Yes, I
Busey,
forgot.
Gary
Oh,
Busey's son,
definitely.
is
I
in
just
it.
watched a movie
Neil
with him in it.
Patrick Harris,
Oh, yes.
Patrick
Yes.
Muldoon, Michael Ironside. I
Fuck
mean,
yeah. I
Hell
mean,
yeah. And oh man, it's bloody as hell too.
oh
It's
God,
gory.
yes, it is. It
Whoa, is it
is. It's
gory?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think so. Crazy thing. I went and saw this movie in the theater when it came out. So this was 97 when it came out. And I went to the theater, and I think I was just young enough to be like, "What?" I don't think I picked up on the political and social satire going on that Paul Verhoeven
Right,
interjected in
right,
this
right,
movie.
right.
Um, so upon watching it several years later, it was a completely 180, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I not fucking love this movie? Because now
Right.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like RoboCop. It's kind of the same thing, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, when I saw this movie, I'm like, wow, that chick is naked and nobody really cares. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Yeah, I
she,
just couldn't figure that out, you know. Like,
me
well, I
either.
can't because I'm like, she's naked. I care.
Yeah,
You know, so,
we care. Uh,
yeah.
she's not ugly. I'm not so sure I would have went for her over Denise Richards. I
But
don't know.
Denise Richards might not have done it nude, you know. So
Yeah,
so
yeah. The
yeah,
other chick's cooler chick. She's funner to hang out with, and she kills
yeah,
fucking bugs.
that's right.
So you know,
America, fuck. Why? Yes, yes, yes. All right. Okay. That was yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we're not, I mean, our lists are we're three in and they're different.
they're
So
different
I kind of
so
like that.
far. Nobody's. I'm interested to see if one of us is going to say one, the other one's going to be like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I,
Uh, so, my number 8 is a film from 1984, and it was directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, one of my favorites, Michael Biehn, The Terminator.
yes.
Yes. And if I have to explain to you what The Terminator is about, then you probably shouldn't be watching us.
Yeah.
So, but and you know, I know what you're going to say. Like, well, you know, Terminator was okay, but T2 is so much better. Well, what I'm going for on this list is films that are sci-fi horror, and to me, T2, yes, better movie, quality all around, makeup effects by Stan Winston Studios. It's so much better. But T2 is more action and just a fun movie. And it's badass. But what started it off was this, and this was sci-fi horror, even though it says it's sci-fi drama. But okay, fucking drama, yeah.
I mean,
But
when you think about it, it's the story about a killer robot from the future
yes,
that's
yes,
here to murder people.
yes,
I mean,
and Kyle Reese, played by Michael Biehn, who
yeah.
comes back to the past. I almost said Back to the Future, who comes back to the past um, to stop the Terminator. And it's just it's badass. It's such an iconic film, and you know, I watched it again the other night, and I'm like, man, this movie is so much better than I remember. You know, and it's just oh, it's so fucking good. But yeah, there's my number 8.
Good choice. Yeah, I think the original Terminator often gets overshadowed by T2, and I think some people
Yes.
forget how absolutely fantastic the original Terminator was. So that's a good choice. I think it was interesting. You threw me off a little bit there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
immediately think sci-fi horror when you say Terminator, but
It
it
is. It
fits.
definitely is.
It works.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and it fits it fits so well because to me it was a straight up horror movie. So um
I wonder how
and I
many
loved it.
people are going to be like, "You're full of shit."
Probably. And if you think I'm full of shit, leave a fucking comment.
Yeah. let's
Yeah.
discuss.
Comment.
Obviously, we want to know your guys' thoughts on these.
Or
So,
just
yeah,
like, share, and subscribe. I mean, you can do
that
that
works
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
So
wow.
I guess it's my turn now for number 8.
Yes, it's your turn. Yeah.
So number 8, again, a little bit more modern day film here. You might know the director, M. Night Shyamalan. Pretty sure you've heard of that guy before. We're going with Signs.
Oh yes.
Signs. Yeah.
Oh.
I
I love
have an
Signs.
extreme love. Yeah. It is such a good movie. I find it weird when people talk about M. Night Shyamalan. And yes, good and bad things can definitely be said about his movies and directorial choices. But man, Signs is just freaking fantastic to me. As far as like straight up, you're not so crazy designed and animalistic alien type things, more akin to your humanoid-esque aliens coming to Earth in crop circles and all that cool shit. This is the top one of that kind for me. I mean, we've got Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
I mean, Rory Culkin, Abigail
Yes.
Breslin. These are, well, we've got Mel Gibson, already an established actor. M. Night Shyamalan. Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
quickly on his way to being probably one of the greatest actors of all time. Rory Culkin has gone on to be a big name now. He's had a lot of movies. Abigail Breslin, she blew up. I mean, this was kind of a stepping stone. They were just kids in this movie.
Yeah.
But holy shit, for being a movie that doesn't have a lot of jump scares,
Yes.
this movie was freaking terrifying.
Well, yeah. And the jump scares that it did have were so well executed.
Yes.
And
yes.
And that's what makes it so great.
Yeah.
Because there's not very many, but man, the ones that are there, it's like, so good. What the, and they're startling. Yeah.
They're so good. This movie is paced and shot so well. I think everything about it was just the perfect storm for everything the movie ended up being.
For sure.
I will forever be terrified of the scene where they're watching the TV. So, which is a really good job for M. Night Shyamalan on his part, the director's choice of putting you with the characters in the movie, watching this on TV.
Yes.
And it's in a foreign, I think Hispanic speaking country or something, and that alien just walks across the screen. It's not a jump scare,
but what sells that is Joaquin Phoenix's reaction to that. So
I think everybody had that same reaction, like, "Oh,
it's like,
oh God,
what the fuck?" So,
it's there because it just puts it in your face. It makes you look at it, and it's like you're seeing it like the characters are. And it was
exactly,
man, chilled me to the bone when I saw that movie first time.
First time I saw them, I saw it in the theater, and
I did too.
My first thought was, did M. Night come up with this concept after watching Night of the Living Dead? I'm like, that's interesting. Like, what if I do? Yeah, and
okay,
but anyway, so and there's a theory out there that I don't know. Are you among the people that believe they're aliens or they're demons? Have you heard this theory?
I've heard the theory. I guess I don't know. I think we'll go with this. I believe in the possibility for both.
Okay.
However,
I know where you're going.
I believe there's a definite separation in them. For me, to sit here and think we're the only beings out there seems astronomically impossible. So, on your bare bones definition, of aliens. I absolutely believe there's life out there. I'm not so sure they're little green men making designs in our corn here
Yeah,
in Iowa.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm just one of those people that I'm willing to believe the possibility for anything. Uh, everywhere from Bigfoot down to vampires. I mean, you can't
Werewolves.
really werewolves exactly. That one I just secretly hope. Well, no, I don't. That'd be really bad, actually.
Well, I
Anyway,
mean, okay.
yeah, but yeah, as far as cryptids and urban legends and stuff, I mean, that stuff comes from somewhere. Somewhere
It does. It
throughout
does.
history, something happened. Can it be explained by science and natural things? Probably. Yeah, here and there, I'm sure. But I also believe there's things that cannot be explained. So,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
All
And
right. Sweet.
before we move on, signs. Although this movie was terrifying, it made me like gut laugh out loud, specifically 2 times. One time is when Mel Gibson comes home and they all turn to look at him and they all have the foil
Oh
hat.
yes, 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 yes.
Great. That was hilarious to me. Super funny. And then when early on in the movie, when Joaquin, who plays Mel Gibson's brother in the movie, when they go outside and he's trying to tell Mel Gibson's character, we got to scare him. And he's like, so you got to curse at him and be angry. And so they go run around, and Mel Gibson is not, he's threatening, but not very threatening. But then he sees one come on the side of the house and he's running. He's like, it's time for an ass whooping.
Yes,
There's
yes, yes,
in the
yes,
delivery is absolutely perfect. And
yes.
for a movie like that to have just a couple scenes that are absolutely hilarious and the rest of the
Yeah.
time you'd be absolutely fucking terrified. Mm,
Yes, yes,
wonderful.
yes. So, all right. I
Yeah.
guess my number 7 on the
Yes.
list is one of my favorite directors from the 80s was Ken Russell.
Oh.
And this film came out in 1980, directed by Ken Russell. The film is called Altered States. It's about it's about a professor played by William Hurt who decides to combine his experiments in sensory deprivation tanks with powerful hallucinogenic drugs. And he's convinced that he can unlock different states of consciousness, and he does. And it's fucking bonkers. And it inspired Aha, the band Aha, their video Take Me On. So if you've never seen Altered States, but you've seen the video, now you know where the end of that video came from. And that's Altered States. And it was the makeup effects in this film were done by Dick Smith, who's, one of my idols in the makeup effects world. And this is like the very first body horror film I had ever seen, and I was like blown away. Like, how did they do that? And when you see the film, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And it blew me away when I saw it, and it's definitely had to go on my list. I knew that from the time we decided, hey, we're gonna do this Liam Neeson list thing. I'm like, fucking yeah, sci-fi horror Altered States is on this list for sure. Yes.
That's an
So
excellent choice. I mean,
yeah, it's kind
wow,
of an oddball choice, I know,
it is, but
but
it is so much very sci-fi horror. Um,
and
I'm
it's
a
one that you
little
don't.
upset. I didn't
It's
even think about it.
but it's one that you don't think about would be on a list like this, but
Yeah,
it very much is. It's
it very much
scientific
is.
discovery and yeah. So, whew.
And it's a really cool to play on the aspect of the movie. There was a lot of um as crazy it seems, real life based um situations or ideas rolling around in there, coming
Oh
out of
yeah,
the 50s, 60s, 70s, when the government wanted to experiment with drugs and all that type of stuff. Man, oh god, we could do a whole freaking episode
oh god,
on all
yes,
the top
oh god,
secret,
yes,
you know, all that fun stuff. But that there's a lot of reality based thing, as crazy as it seems, that actually is in altered states. Man, sweet choice. Sweet.
yeah, yes. Like I said, it's like one that you wouldn't think of, but it made such an impact on me when I was when I was a kid, seeing it for the first time. That when we discussed, hey, let's do a list video, and I'm like, hey, how about sci-fi horror films? Because this film influenced me so much that I'm like, it's got to be on my list. It's like, let's do sci-fi horror. So
Oh
I was
yeah,
thinking it from the get go. There's a lot of
that's
films on
awesome.
my list that I was thinking from the get go, but yeah. So,
And
but
super young, William Hurt. He's one of those actors
yes,
like in your
I
mind you
it
just
was
always
his
see as old.
yeah, but it was his very first role too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super. That's
So
awesome.
sweet. All right. I'm
Nice.
glad you like that movie. And
Yeah,
you
I
haven't
do.
seen
I
it. You
do.
haven't seen it in a while, huh?
No, it's been a while. It's been a while.
You need to
I need to
revisit that.
revisit.
Yeah, it's so
Absolutely.
cool. So
That's gonna
cool.
happen like soon.
Yes. That's gonna happen now. So
Right now. Bye. I'm gonna go watch Altered
see ya.
States.
See ya.
Maybe drop some
Oh
LSD before watching it.
yes.
Oh man. So this is my number 7.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
and 7 through 4 for me were hard for some reason. It was really hard for me to place them all. I think at the end of the day they could almost be interchangeable with each other. So I just had to just go and do
You
it
know,
because I love them
I
all.
I had that same problem with two movies on my list that could be interchangeable.
Hmm. I bet I can guess. Maybe. No, I don't
All
know. I don't
right. All right.
know. So number 7, uh, an 80s classic, in my opinion, for sci-fi horror, body horror. I'm talking about The Fly. Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
yes.
uh,
The Fly.
the godfather of body horror, old David Cronenberg. Um, and I think you guys might know who this guy is. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I might have, yeah, I might have heard of
Here and there.
him.
He's done a
Yeah.
few movies. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he's one of those, he's kind of, underrated actor, maybe a little bit.
maybe a little bit. He,
Yeah, but
he seems to
watch him in the movie
find his way.
Frost, Mr. Frost. Have you ever seen that with
Ooh,
Jeff
Mr.
Goldblum?
Frost.
Oh,
I don't
he
know that I
play
have.
he plays Lucifer. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, watch
Oh,
Mr. Frost. Oh, it's
yeah.
fucking
Now
yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah,
Here
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that I've seen almost every Jeff Goldblum movie. Ha! Shows
Ah.
how much I know.
Yeah.
But I was smart enough and I knew enough that The Fly not only deserves to be on any top list, it's definitely on my personal favorite list. Um, Saw this movie early on as a kid, probably earlier than most kids should. I don't know. But the mixture of a fun sci-fi body horror transformation mixed with just the charismatic Jeff Goldblum. He's just one of those actors that he draws you in.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a drug to
Oh,
watch him.
he is. Anything
Uh
he
and
does is just
yeah, he's just
like Jurassic
entertaining.
Park. Like But yeah,
I
and
I could watch Jeff Goldblum talk about absolutely anything for hours. I guarantee.
yeah. Hey, Jeff, how'd your day go?
Yeah,
Okay. And
and
he's
then
like, Dago,
I'm in.
you talking about the WAPs or what? Oh my God, what am I doing? But anyway,
Um,
makeup effects in
and
this
not to.
film were Chris
Oh
Walas too,
man,
and
so
and
good and
yeah,
disgusting.
yes, and um,
Disgustingly
like
awesome.
the one scene that I close my eyes every time is when he pulls his fingernail off, and I'm
Uh,
like, oh my God, no,
just
because I've
one note.
I've lost so many fingernails over the years from it just
The
yeah,
one that
but The
gets me
Fly,
every
I
time is towards the end when he pukes on the guy.
oh yes,
And I'm sure
Ugh.
collectively the world learned how flies eat.
Yes,
Because before
yes,
that, nobody had a clue or gave a shit.
yeah,
But
and
now they did.
when this film came out, I saw it in the theater, and at that scene, the audience in unison, like, "Oh God, oh God, no!" So, yeah, it was.
I'm gonna I would take a wild guess and say there's a handful of movies in these lists, probably on both, that there were probably a lot of audience members, specifically in the 80s, maybe,
Yes,
that were going,
yes,
oh, or passed out,
yeah,
or
oh yeah, yeah. I
guys like
think
us who were
so.
like,
Yes,
cool.
like, oh, show me more, show me more. I want to see more. Yeah. So, but
Let's
yeah.
not forget, got to toss out Gina Davis is in The
Oh God,
Fly, and
yes,
she
yes.
deserves her mention here because she was great in the movie.
First movie I saw her in, I had a crush on her so bad, and that was Transylvania 65000, vampire chick.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
Yes. Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
You remember?
of course, of course. And
Yes,
was Jeff Goldblum in that also?
I believe he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah,
They probably met on that. Yeah. So yeah.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's my number 7, or
Ooh, number 7.
interchangeable
Mm.
to 6,
Ah,
5, or 4.
yeah,
Probably.
the Fly. God, I love that movie.
Fucking love The
Okay, so
Fly.
I'm at my number 6, huh?
Number
Okay,
6.
number
Yeah.
6. All right, number 6. My number 6 was a film made in 1997, starring
Ooh,
Lawrence Fishburne, and Sam Neill, Event Horizon.
nice.
Yes. Oh, I love this film. It's it's like, hey, let's, it's futuristic. Let's get in a generational starship and fucking go into space and find hell.
Right?
I mean, that's it. That's all it is. And it's just badass, and it's fuck. It's so good. It's the
So
visuals in
good.
this film just like, I mean, they turn your stomach. You know, they make you sick, but only because it makes you think. And it's just, ah, it's and I really don't want to give away anything to this movie, but fuck, I
Yeah, if
mean,
you
you
haven't
have to
seen it,
watch this.
man. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely have
it
to.
is a must. It is a
I
must.
always I always called Event Horizon Hellraiser in space.
Yes, and then they did Hellraiser in space, and
Yeah.
it, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of have a soft spot for that Hellraiser. I can't remember what the number was on that one, but I'm like, wow, this is Event Horizon, but it's not. So
It's Event
but
Horizon. They just put Pinhead in it this time.
yeah, yeah. Ah,
All right. So I guess that takes us to my number 6.
yes.
And big surprise, Event Horizon
What?
is actually my number 6.
Oh wow. And so okay. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
Uh,
wow.
I,
Wow. That's
I
cool. That is
expected
cool. I
us
love it.
to
I
have some of the same movies. Did not
yeah.
expect to
So
have them in line anywhere.
yeah,
So
let's watch the rest of our list. You know, we're
yeah,
like right on, or
this is
so
gonna be exciting. We like
we like
Event
Horizon.
Horizon so much, we're gonna talk about it 2 times in a row in case you missed any.
Yes.
So I mean, but Randy did a good job covering her. The one thing I'm really sad about is apparently there's another cut of this movie or
Yes.
film
Yes.
that could be used for a director's cut, but it doesn't exist
Yeah,
anymore.
a lot of the footage is nobody's really sure, but it might be lost. But there was some speculation that it might be in Prague or something. I can't. I just recently watched a documentary about that whole thing on YouTube. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
and I
apparently
would. There was
this
more of hell
yeah,
in this
apparently it was
film.
some
So
seriously fucked up stuff.
yeah,
God, Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill, um, they had really good, I don't know, screen chemistry. Both of them,
yeah,
they work so well together on screen. Both of them acting, both great actors, and they're firing at top notch on here. Everything
oh
about
yeah,
this movie, if you are a sci-fi fan or a horror fan or a sci-fi horror fan, you
yes,
absolutely have to see Event Horizon. And if
yes,
you
you
have,
do.
go revisit it. You won't be sad.
Yes, for
So
sure,
good.
for sure, for
So
sure.
good.
Yes. All right.
Number
Wow.
5? We're
Number
there.
5.
We're at
Woo.
the halfway point. Oh,
Yes.
we forgot something.
What did we forget?
Caveat to all
Caveat.
this. We
Caveat.
said, starting off on this list, that we were going to do sci-fi horror, but we are excluding cosmic
Right.
slash like
Right.
Lovecraftian
Yes.
um
Because
type film, which
that's a separate list
yeah,
altogether.
gets its own
Separate
list.
list. So
And yes, by all means, there's a lot of love. Well, all Lovecraft probably can be
yeah.
mixed in
Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
sci-fi horror, but Lovecraftian is really specific and fantastic. So that'll get its own list. We'll get to that. So if you've been watching and you're like, okay, guys, are you saving all the Lovecraft stuff for the top 5? No, because it's another list. Anyway,
Another
Randy,
list. Yes.
you're number
Yes.
5. I'm
My number
excited.
5. Okay. From the get-go, I'm just going to tell you, I knew I wanted Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on this list. Okay. But I didn't want to put Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on this list, but I did. This film was made in 1996,
Ooh,
starring
okay.
starring. Okay, I'm just going to give you the title: Mary Riley,
Oh,
John freaking Malkovich plays Dr.
okay.
Jekyll
Yes.
and Mr. Hyde, and that is why this film is on this list, because of John Malkovich.
Damn.
And this adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's classic novella stars John Malkovich, obviously, Julia Roberts playing Mary Riley, the maid of Dr. Jekyll, or Dr. Jekyll, and Glenn Close is in the movie, and it's just such a great movie, because when Malkovich becomes Hyde, he's truly frightening. He is, and you believe anyone in this film could die. So, and I don't need to explain the plot to you. You know, Dr. Jekyll makes this concoction, and to separate the good from the bad, but what he does is he amplifies the bad and becomes the evil Mr. Hyde. So, I mean, that's it. But this film, what it does so well is it turns it on its head, and it's told from the perspective of Mary Riley, which is unusual.
Mhm.
So, and that's why I like this film. So, yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot that movie existed up
I I
until
I know. I
just
know.
now.
I know. And
And
uh I was really like, oh, I want to put the Frederick March, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on this list because that makeup on Frederick March is so freaking good, and Frederick March is so great in that movie. But I just I had to go with John Malkovich. You know,
fantastic actor. I mean,
oh God, yes,
goddamn. Uh, yeah, and yeah, obviously an unusual choice, but I'm excited at your choice. That shocking in a good way. In a good way. Um, you know, thinking about it, outside of that, and as you mentioned, an unusual telling of the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde
yeah,
tale, we don't really have like a modern rendition.
we don't,
Uh,
we don't,
and to filmmakers out there, hello, it's
yeah,
time. I think.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, shit.
But
Halfway mark. Oh, yes.
the only thing that really just gets in my craw about this film is the transformation,
Mm,
because it was CG was in its infancy, and they tried to do anyway. So just ignore that when you watch the film, because it's a great film. It's acted so freaking well, and yeah, check it out if you
man,
haven't
I'm
seen it.
gonna have to go
Yes,
revisit this movie because I probably haven't watched it
definitely,
since it came out.
definitely.
Honestly,
Yes, yes,
sweet.
yes.
I'm
All
getting.
right.
I'm creating a movie list here just from your list, Randy.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Um.
And,
So, oh man, my number 5 for me. We're at the halfway point for both of us.
yes.
Uh. So uh, this one's. Some people may argue about this, but it's a guilty pleasure for me. But I don't think it's a bad movie by any means. Um, but I've loved this movie since I was a kid. And number 5 for me is a little film from 1987 called The Hidden. Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
man, I love
That was
The Hidden.
Kyle MacLachlan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Gosh.
Kyle MacLachlan and Michael Nouri,
Yeah.
directed by
Yes.
Jack Shoulder. So outside of Kyle MacLachlan, not really any big names attached
Right.
to
And
this.
and
Um,
I totally forgot about this movie. Gosh, I'm gonna
it's
have to
so good.
revisit it. Yes. Yeah. Gosh.
Um, it's a little bit of everything, kind of, uh, from the sci-fi 80s scene. It's a little bit. You've got some alien action going on. You've got some scientific body switching stuff going on.
Yeah.
You've got a almost a crime cop thriller feel to this. Um, God, I just love The Hidden. So basically, what happens is out of nowhere, this just semi-normal dude loses his shit and kills a bunch of people at this bank, robs it, goes on a high-speed chase. Um, it ends, and dude gets shot. Doesn't seem to die very easily. Take him to hospital,
I wonder
and
why.
from then on, uh, there's a little something that jumps from person to person that may be responsible for what's going on or what's hidden inside.
And I think when New Line Cinema took over the Friday the 13th franchise, they watched this film and they're like, "Oh, Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's take Jason and The Hidden and like combine them and
yeah,
So for some people it works. Some people it doesn't. I'm a traditional Jason Voorhees hockey mask on the fucking screen. Don't give me this bullshit.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
but anyway,
But yeah,
the hidden. Gosh, I haven't seen this in years and totally forgot about it. And honestly, it wouldn't have been something that I would have thought of for this list.
nice.
I'm going to revisit that. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I love The Hidden. Like I said, it was a big movie for me when I was a kid, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But everything down just to the action and the horror in it, violence, gory.
Did you say the whoring in it? The whoring in it.
Well,
who's
there is a
whoring
stripper.
around? Oh yeah.
And she
oh my God.
gets around to doing some things not normally what
kind of
strippers do. But
oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh my God.
If you haven't seen The Hidden, please go check it out.
Yeah, and I'm
going to
recheck it out.
80s sci-fi.
Yes.
Yeah. And like Randy, if you haven't seen it in a while, definitely deserves a revisit. I love The Hidden.
For sure.
Highly recommended. It hit going to number 4.
Number 4. Okay. Whew. You've already covered number 4. So we've already covered number 4. Because my number 4 is that thing that's flying around you. The Fly. David Cronenberg's body horror masterpiece. All right. So I guess we can move on to your number 4. I guess. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Like I mentioned, the couple in here were interchangeable for me. So we almost had 2 in the exact same spot. That's crazy.
Yes.
Number 4 for me is it had to be in here. It's an extremely iconic movie for multiple reasons. I'm sure you guys have heard of a little film from 1987 called Predator.
Ooh. Yes. Yes.
Gosh, I mean, how do I not mention Predator? I mean, such a definitive film.
It is for
It's action, sci-fi, horror, creature. I mean, there's just it's Predator. It's fucking iconic. Down to Arnold Schwarzenegger, the design of the Predator by the master Stan Winston, John McTiernan, director, well known for his action films, and of course Carl Weathers. I mean, Action Jackson himself.
Yes. and Jesse the Body Ventura, who's a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
You know what's really funny? I just rewatched this film last night.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
I did.
I love Predator. It's so good. Thankfully, I'm not sure if everybody knows about it, but if not, the more you know. Originally, the original design for the Predator was thrown out, and none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme was cast and actually on set filming for this movie. Until they trashed the design. They didn't like it. It wasn't working. And thank God. Because if you've seen pictures.
And Van Damme was giving him so much grief, and it's like, what are we gonna do? But I believe Van Damme is in one shot in the film. I do believe that.
There you go. He probably is. Yeah.
Yes, he is. I'm sure of it.
The most burning question from this film, Jesse Ventura, Arnold Schwarzenegger, why in the hell is Carl Weathers not a governor somewhere? I mean, is everybody in this movie just a fucking governor of somewhere?
Yes, yeah. And Shane Black is in this film.
Yes.
I love Shane Black. He's such a great director. And a writer. He wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr. and
God, I
Val
love that
Kilmer.
movie.
Yes,
I
and that
absolutely.
that reignited Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
It did. It did.
And that
It
movie's
did.
so good.
And was
And
definitely one of Kilmer's last bigger and one of
yeah,
his best
yes,
roles.
yes,
If you
yes,
haven't seen it, I know we're doing a sci-fi horror thing here. Kiss
yeah,
Kiss Bang Bang. Do yourself a favor and go check that movie out because god damn it's good.
yeah. And
Ooh.
what was the film with Ryan Gosling and Kurt
Uh
not Kurt
Good
Russell,
Guys.
Russell Crowe? The Good Guys. Yes.
Yeah.
Also written, and
Yep.
I think that was directed by
I think so.
Shane Black
I
too.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure.
it's
Yeah.
my
He if you look
my
at
favorite my favorite scene is when Ryan Gosling punches through the glass. Oh my god! Just watch The Good Guys. Oh my god!
yeah, that's great. I mean,
But
Shane Black, if you're not familiar, he actually was a big writer in the 80s.
80s,
He was
yes,
a big film writer for a lot of big movies. Lethal
yes,
Weapon, The
yep,
Monster Squad,
yes,
Last Boy Scout, Last Action Hero, The Long Kiss
yeah.
Goodnight. I mean,
Oh
and
yeah.
of
I mean,
course,
the
Kiss Kiss
list goes
Bang Bang.
on and
Oh, I'm
on.
sorry,
Yeah, but
Nice Guys, not the good guys. Nice Guys.
Nice Guys.
I led you astray.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Yep.
And also
Sorry.
The Predator. But
Okay. Now,
yeah,
the Predator, it had too much studio interference. Then,
yeah,
and from what I understand, when I first heard that Shane Black was writing and directing The Predator, I'm like, yes, that's what the
yes,
Predator series needs. And
yes.
then I saw the movie and I'm like, oh man, but I knew what the film could have been, and I'm like, man, there's definitely there is studio interference in this film because Shane Black would never, yeah,
No,
but
you can
yeah,
tell Shane Black is a better writer and director than
yes,
what that
yes,
film was allowed to be. It still
yes,
has its cool parts,
it
but
does,
that movie is a struggle for sure.
yes,
Anyway,
for sure.
oh god, number 3. Holy
We're
shit.
at number 3. We're at number
We're at the
3. Oh my
top
god.
3. Big deal. Big
Ooh.
deal. Woo. Give it to me,
Okay.
Randy. Give it to
Gosh.
me straight.
Okay. My number 3 is a film that it was hard for me to, because I knew I wanted a film from a particular franchise on
Okay.
this list, and I went through like my favorite films and I'm like, oh, but I really want the horror aspect here. And a lot of the films that I love are, yeah, they're horror movies, but they're fantasies. They're, and we're talking the 30s and the 40s. So, but I really wanted a Frankenstein film on this list. And in I think it was 2009, a director by the name of Richard Ruphorst, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, fuck me. Yeah, but he came out with a mock trailer for a film called, and I love this title, Worst Case Scenario. And I'm like, what the, I saw it and I'm like, what the frick is this? This is amazing, but what is it? I didn't know. And so I'd been following this film until the movie actually came out under a different title, because the producer and the director, Richard, split ways, and the title, Worst Case Scenario, and that script, the producer had the title and the script and everything, and he took it with him and wouldn't allow the director to have that. So he retitled the film and reworked it and everything. And it's called Frankenstein's Army, made in 2013.
Is that
Yes.
the Nazis?
Yes, it takes place in World War
Oh,
II, and there's a squad
oh,
of Russian soldiers, and this is a found footage film, and it's
yeah,
so badass. And the squad of Russian soldiers, they go to an East German village to locate missing comrades in, you know, during World War II, and they they unearth this plot of, resurrected fallen soldiers and everything. But these German soldiers are being brought back to life, being sewn together and brought back to life, and just body horror in this film too, by Dr. Frankenstein. So I'm like, it was up my alley when it first came out, and I watched it, and I'm like, holy crap. And I own it, and I love this movie. It's so sick and off the wall, and it's just bizarre. And the horror is there because they're fucking undead fucking Nazi zombies, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's insane. It's just batshit fucking insane, and I love it. And I don't know why
man.
I'm going into Nicolas Cage here, but yes, it's fucking. Oh,
Oh, yet another movie I had almost forgotten about.
mm.
And now another one I'm gonna have to put on the to watch list here just from doing this damn video.
Yes, there you go. You're
What a
welcome,
sweet
my friend.
choice. Nice, man.
And
Wow.
I don't know how I don't know if this was well received or anything, because I didn't care because I loved it so much,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it's well known, or so yeah.
What Overlord kind of reminds me a little bit
Yes, very
of
much
that.
so.
Not found
It's,
footage, but
yeah, but same ilk. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
we had Call of Duty, Nazi zombies and shit, video games coming out and stuff like that, and yeah, so yeah, it's a great movie. It's a fun movie. It's horrific. And I love it. Yeah,
Nice.
and
Hell yeah.
it's number 3 on my list for a reason, because
Number
I hold
3.
it up. I hold it up there with the echelon of
If it's number 3
yeah.
on Randy's list, you gotta check it out. I mean, that
You
goes
have to
without saying.
check it out.
You gotta.
Yes. Whew, I'm anxious to
Hmm.
hear your number
Number
3.
number
Eh,
3.
And
It,
you haven't said
if
yet. It's Frankenstein's Army, so so do
if
we only we okay, go.
if anybody who knows me well enough can probably list out these last 3 movies for me, but nonetheless, we're gonna go over them. This one goes at number 3 because number 1 and 2 are solidify spots, and it's just personal preference here. But number 3 for me is the original Ridley Scott Alien. Yep, gotta go Alien. Got Alien of of literally everything on my list as far as straight up the most terrifying film on my list. It probably has to go to Alien. Um,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Movie absolutely groundbreaking, world shaking when it came out.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
this is 1979. Let's not
Yes,
forget. We're
79.
we're
I
it's the
I
80s almost.
I saw this film in the theater in 1979. I was 10 years old, and it fucking scared me to death. I'm
It's
like, what the fuck?
terrifying.
It is. It is.
It, the aliens, the xenomorphs, H.I. Geiger. It's so well known that we tend to forget how terrifying Alien actually was and still is, because it's such a mass marketed, well known creature,
Right.
storyline, all that
Right.
stuff. Ripley, probably, I don't know. I go as far as to say the greatest heroine of all time. Ripley's a fucking badass, dude.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
Sigourney Weaver, absolutely. astounding. And there was just nothing like this when it came out. And definitely nothing as terrifying, visceral,
Yeah.
gruesome. I mean,
Yeah.
well, first of all, we do have a good cast here.
Oh
A
God,
cast
yes.
that a lot of maybe younger folks may not know outside of Sigourney Weaver, but
Yeah.
Tom Skerritt, Veronica Cartwright, Harry Dean
Yes.
Stanton, John
Yes.
Hurt, people should know.
Yes.
Ian Holm, people
Yeah.
should know.
Yeah. From Lord of the Rings, you know. So.
Yeah, he was Bilbo, old
Yeah.
Bilbo.
Bilbo.
But Alien was just so terrifying because you are locked in a spaceship with an
Right.
absolutely terrifying
Sure.
creature.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like in the tagline, in space, no one can hear you scream.
Scream.
And it's because there is nobody else
Yeah.
outside of the spaceship
Yeah.
that's going to
Yes.
save
Yes.
your ass from this
Yes. For sure.
just terrifying alien creature. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, and
most
we've never
importantly,
seen anything like this before. I
nothing,
mean, it's
nothing. The world in greater scope had no idea who H.R. Geiger was at the
right.
time. I'm sure. I mean,
Right.
people did know. He was a well-known artist, but not quite as well-known until Alien came out, which
Oh
used
yeah.
his
Yeah. For
designs.
sure.
And
And
God bless him for this creature
yes.
design
Yes.
because
And
it
what I
is iconic for a
oh for
reason.
sure. For sure. And what I really love about this movie is Ridley Scott had such a vision for this, and you know
Yes.
he had just come off of The Duelists, which
Mm.
was his first film and an amazing film, and it's so real that he's like, well, I want to be real in space now, and you know the Nostromo, the ship that they're on, is so run down and it just looks lived in. And it, you know, it's not like Star Wars or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it's dirty, it's gritty, but yeah, this movie, I can't say enough good things about it.
Oh,
And you know,
yeah.
yeah, so it's
I mean,
yeah,
everything about Alien is truly iconic. Not just the creature. We're talking about character-wise, storyline.
Mhm.
I mean, often stolen, never replicated, as they say. But how many times have you seen an alien creature in space that is not here for peace? You know, it's been
right,
overdone.
yeah,
Never like Alien. Everything down to the design of the ship is iconic. You can take a
yes,
screenshot of something, just the
exactly,
the freaking wall of the spaceship, and you know immediately where it came from.
Alien,
And of
yeah,
course, one of the biggest and most terrifying scenes in film history to this day. People were passing out in
yeah,
theaters
yeah,
for the chestburster scene,
yeah,
and it still to this day is absolutely gruesome and terrifying. It never wears off. Never.
yeah. I mean, yeah, because that scene really comes out of nowhere. You know, it's like you know, Kane's fine now. The
Yep.
the organism that was hugging his face, you know, the face hugger,
Good old face
is
licker.
dead. It's dead, and they're not sure what, you know. But anyway, and they're sitting down to, you know, dinner, or supper, the last supper for Kane, you know, uh, and yeah, I mean, it's just
It wasn't the
wow.
cornbread.
It's yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, get that guy some Pepto Bismol. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
oh, so iconic.
Man,
Yes.
that there's to pick a movie to rewatch for the first time and experience, Alien would be on that list for me, specifically for that scene. To experience that, for that to hit me out of nowhere for the first time, like your mind explodes. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
Mm-hmm.
infatuated to this
Mm-hmm.
day. And even even the actors were surprised
Yes.
because
Yes.
they weren't expecting quite what it ended up being
Right.
with as much blood flying
Yeah, yeah.
out and this
And
creature. The
when you know
horror
that,
on a couple of their faces is
yeah,
it's real,
Veronica
real
Cartwright.
horror.
Yeah, for
Yes,
one. I mean,
specifically. Yeah,
and she and in a shot she falls out of frame because she tripped
yeah.
on
She
the blood.
literally fell. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, it's such a great movie. And like I said, I can't say enough. I can't give this movie enough praise. I can't.
Can't.
So
And
yes.
let's see, little known fact for viewers: the original name. I'm sure Randy knows this. The original name for Alien was Starbeast.
Yes. 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 And
Starbeast.
if you yeah. Um and what was oh shit. What was Dan O'Bannon and John Carpenter's film? What Dark Star?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Dark Star.
was
Yeah,
like yeah, the brain fart, but was like the precursor to Alien, you know,
yeah, yeah.
and
Absolutely.
so yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's your number three, huh?
That's my number 3, which means we're down to your number 2.
No, we're not.
No.
No,
Oh, what?
um, um, why don't you?
Explain.
Okay, okay, okay.
You want me to go?
Yes, you go because I want to see where
Oh,
you're going first, and then I'll give you my number two, or
well,
um,
again,
or
if you know
or
me,
whatever. Yeah. So there
there's
you go.
not too many places that this is going to go at this point. We're down to my number 2. Uh, my number 2 favorite sci-fi horror film of all time, and would probably be in my top 10 films of all time, is none other than James Cameron's Aliens.
Game
The
over,
sequel.
man. It's like,
Game over, man. Game
oh my
over.
god.
Why'd you put
Yes.
her in charge?
Oh,
Yeah. Uh,
I love this film. Um, because I mean, look at the cast. You know, we're talking Michael Biehn again. We're talking James
yes.
Cameron directing, but we're Lance Henriksen and Bill Paxton, and I mean,
So many.
yes, and Stan Winston is doing the creature effects in this, and it's just everyone was at the top of the game on this.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
It is one of one of one of the sequels that exists in film history that people will argue that is either better or they like more than the original.
right.
In my personal opinion, I don't think it's a better film by any means. I just love it just a little bit more.
Okay,
uh,
I'll give you that.
Everything
I'll
about
give you
it.
that.
I know it's a lot more action packed than Alien. It's nowhere near as terrifying, but it still has horror aspects to it all over the place.
Mhm.
And then really what does it for me, it comes down to characters is a big deal for me. Um, how do you not love it when there's just a bunch of creatures? As terrifying as
Yeah.
Alien was, I mean, when you're introduced to a whole fucking hive and they're
Yeah. Yeah.
coming out of the walls, I mean,
Yeah.
that's terrifying,
I
really.
will give you that. Yes, it is. It is.
And
Yeah.
then the queen of all queens herself, the alien queen. Oh
Yeah.
my God. How in the world did a sequel manage to make a creature as iconic, arguably, as the creature from the first film? Just sit and think about how hard that actually is to do, but they managed to do it with aliens. In my opinion, the Alien Queen is one of the greatest cinematic creatures of all time. in my
Yeah.
opinion. There is
It's
just nothing.
pretty. It's as iconic as the original Alien in Alien was. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
wow.
I will forever love Aliens. I watch that movie more times than I want to admit on a yearly basis. It's just so damn good. As you mentioned, the cast: Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, Sigourney Weaver, Lance Henriksen, Paul Reiser, who everybody
Yes.
loves when he dies.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's
I
too
mean,
bad we
spoiler,
don't get to
dude.
see
If you
it.
haven't seen Aliens at this point, just
You need to.
quit
You need
life
to.
and go
Yeah.
watch
Oh
it
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop watching us.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, don't
Yeah.
stop watching us to go watch it.
I'll be,
Wait till we're done with
wait it out.
our lists.
Then go to watch it.
Our Liam Neeson lists. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Liam Neeson.
Okay. Wow.
Very
That's
specific
yeah.
set of skills.
So, I guess my number two. Let's see. I just want to say that Aliens is not on my list. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Before you get pissed off at me, and start the corner on the macabre Fight Club, through the screen here is.
I might have to fight you for this one.
One of the things that I decided to do with my list is if I have, I didn't want, if I had a film on this list that has a sequel, I didn't want to put them both on. I didn't want to be that guy, So
I'm glad I could be that guy.
Yeah, so you're that guy. So give us your number one. Because I'm not going to give you my number two.
All right, fine. I'll go to my number one.
I'm being a dick, and I'm sorry, I'm being a dick, but there's a method to my fucking madness.
There's a method to his madness. I'm waiting for a fucking chest burster just to pop out of Randy's chest at the end of all this.
Why? That would have been cool. I never thought about doing that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh gosh, the number one spot, the coveted number one spot on my list.
I guarantee I know what this is. Yes, I know what it is. Yes, so
this is not a secret to anyone.
Not a secret. No, not at all. No.
Yeah, number one spot goes to John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982.
I saw this film, a double bill with American Werewolf in London and The Thing, and I'm like, fuck, at the drive-in of all places. And it blew me away. Yeah, but man, I remember seeing trailers for this movie, and I'm like, because I knew the original Howard Hawks, 1951, 52. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was 52. I remember seeing the original Howard Hawks film, and when I was a kid, I loved that film. Even made a Super 8 short film like that. One winner. So I really loved Howard Hawks' film The Thing, and then when I saw a trailer for The Thing, John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, and I'm like, oh, and the diabetes guy, Wilford Brimley, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, and I was just blown away by the trailer, So I'm like, wow. So, yeah.
And to think this movie was hated when it came out. It was just, they shit all over.
Yes. Not just a shit, they fucking diarrhea and everything all over this. I mean, it was hated.
Yeah. We're talking porta potty at a chili dog contest
Oh
at a
my
metal
God.
concert.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But thank
I'll never get that
God,
image out of my head. Yeah, thank you very much.
thank God that John Carpenter made this movie. This movie literally is
Yes.
important to my life,
Yeah,
as
and
is
mine also.
in
Mine
Aliens.
also.
But
Yes.
the thing is just the epitome of sci-fi horror for me. Directing, acting, writing, cinematography, practical effects, everything. Rob Bottin.
Oh
Uh,
God.
oh
Mm.
man, they're
The and
the
Stan
effects in this
Winston.
film.
Stan
Yeah,
Stan
and Sam
Winston.
Winston. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all the way down to uh, even the artwork and the concepts done for the thing, for the film and storyboard. Everything about this movie is fucking amazing
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
for sure. For
Uh,
sure.
just absolutely fell in love with it the very first time seeing it.
Oh
Some
God, yeah.
young, ridiculous age that I
The thing
was.
is, the thing is that I fell in love with it from the first trailer that I saw of it. Just like I did with American Werewolf in London, and I got a
Yes.
chance to see them together.
Oh,
In 1982 at the drive-in. It's like, wow. I mean,
so
that's a.
jealous.
Is there a drive-in around here? I mean,
There
I don't
is. There's one surviving drive-in in Newton,
know.
Iowa, which
We're gonna
may
have
or may
to.
not be close to the cornfields that we reside in. Yeah,
Yes, 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 yes,
but oh my
yes.
God, the thing, it if we both probably could spend the next 5 hours telling you how amazing
Right,
this film
right,
is. So
right.
it goes without saying, if for some god awful reason you have not seen it, go immediately watch this after
Yes,
you're done with our video.
yes, and then just
uh,
message us and
yeah, I want to
tell us
know.
how amazing
Yeah,
it is.
I want to know what people think about my absolute number one top favorite sci-fi
I
horror film of all time. And
I would
again,
like to know that too.
yeah,
Just
and it would,
because.
along with Aliens, this would probably go in my top 10 films of all time
Oh God,
also,
yes, yes,
easily.
yes,
I mean,
yes. Yeah, oh, fuck yeah,
uh,
America.
mm,
Fuck yeah, yeah.
mm, mm,
Okay, so
mm.
here we go. Um, I will tell you that my top two you have already talked about. So everyone knows.
Oh,
Everyone knows what my top two is. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. I couldn't pick a number two. And this is my fucking list, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. And my top one all-time favorite horror film, sci-fi horror film, is Alien and The Thing, because I am not putting one above the other. I love them both equally and so much. And if you don't like me for this, fuck you. I don't give a shit. Because it's my fucking list. It's not your fucking list. You get your own fucking list, and then I'll make fun of you, and I'll tell you I don't like your fucking list. So, but it's my list, so shut the fuck up. So there you go. I don't have a number two. It's That sounded kind of weird, but I my number one is tied for number one. These two movies are so, like I said, I can't put one above the other because Alien is so scary and The Thing is so engaging, and the you know the the body horror, the makeup, and it's all fucking. They can't. Everything came together so perfect on both of these movies. I can't find a single flaw in either one. So I'm just gonna be like, they're both there. It's tied for number one because I did not want to put either one of them at number two.
couldn't
So
put one above the
I
other.
I couldn't
Very
I
cool.
couldn't do it. Yeah,
It's like
they're
Alien versus Predator battling each other. Not the
but
movies, though.
yeah, yeah, but so I just couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, and that's that's my top 10 list.
And if anyone says you're wrong for putting those two
Yeah,
in a never-ending
just
battle
just
for the
just
top spot,
leave a comment if you have a
perfection
problem.
at the
If
end
you
of
have
the
a
day.
problem with it, go make your own fucking movie. There you go.
Literally,
Yeah,
anybody. It will not be as good as Alien or The Thing or Aliens.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So well, I mean, there you have it.
Whew, we
If you
did it.
haven't seen any of these movies, and I implore you to go check, any movie that you haven't seen, go check it out, and
Yes.
come back here and be like, "You're fucking stupid. That movie was horrible." Whatever. I, I mean, we're just trying to get people to see some good horror movies here.
Yes.
And because
Yes.
we have this passion for horror, and
Absolutely.
we just want to share our passion with everyone.
Yeah.
And so
And
that
who
pretty
doesn't
much,
love lists?
yes. I
I
mean,
mean,
Liam Neeson loves them. I mean, come on. So
yeah. What was the final count of how many we accidentally had the same? We had
the final cat,
Thing,
we had
Alien,
Alien,
Event Horizon,
Event
The Fly.
Horizon, The Fly.
Four?
Yeah,
Four?
4. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I expected roughly half, give or take,
And we got roughly half.
one.
And
And we did. We
I,
did.
I honestly expected we would probably have more, but I thought we
Yeah.
might have 6. That
I'm
because I knew The Thing would be on your list. I knew
oh yeah.
Alien would be on your list. I knew that, and I knew The Fly would be on your list.
Yeah.
And I knew Event Horizon would be on your list too. I knew those 4 films would be on your list,
Got him.
and I'm pretty sure you probably knew that those 4 films would be on my, because I mean you know how
Yeah,
I feel about Alien and The Thing. So
I do.
and I know how you feel about them, and first week of winter we need to get together and have the Thing party and watch the movie.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
And that would be pretty fucking cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to invite my dog because I love The Thing so much
Yes.
that I named my husky McCready.
Yes. So and to give a little people midgets.
Midget? We're giving them away.
I don't know. No,
Here you go.
yeah, we are. No, to a little behind the scenes. Anytime that you guys hear me say Mac wants the what, that's because McCready is in the background barking, and I'm like,
Yes.
that's why I say that.
We do
So
our best to leave it out. Sometimes we leave it in because it's funny.
yeah, because
Because
it's funny.
apparently he likes horror movies too. So,
Yes,
But yeah,
yes,
Mac
yes.
Mac wants the what? A
Yeah,
flamethrower.
yep.
'Cause
So,
he
and if
likes
you've never seen
likes to be involved.
if you've never seen The Thing and you have no clue what I'm talking about when I say Mac wants the what, then go watch it right now. Stop this
Yes.
video right now and go watch it.
Go watch it. And you also know why I chose
you
to
won't
name
be
my
disappointed.
husky The Thing.
That's right. That's right.
After
That's
The
right.
Thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right. Well, shit.
I think that pretty much
that
wraps up this episode of
wraps
Corn
up.
on the Macabre.
Yes. Top 10
Yes.
sci-fi horror films. We made it through. We want to
We
know what
did.
you think. Let us know. And then also
Yes.
subscribe, like, share,
And share.
because we want to come back with more lists and more videos.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
all
do.
the fun stuff.
All right.
Before we go, one thing. I was told this week by someone that they were happy that Halloween was over. They're happy the spooky season is over.
What's wrong with them? Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Um,
If the cops ask you where I've been, I was with you, Randy, the other day.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. You've been here all the time. Yeah. So,
yeah.
all right.
I
All right.
mean,
Sweet.
maybe we'll probably cover some other stuff. We love other films, so
We do.
things like
Yes.
Tombstone.
Ooh,
We have a
another
fan
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
that's a huge Tombstone fan, and we are also Tombstone fans. So
Yes,
we'll
yes.
probably
And we're not
cover stuff
we're
like
not just talking the pizza.
no,
No, not at all.
no,
Not,
not at all. But yeah,
so
we like horror, so deal with
they
it,
do.
and
Yeah.
we'll
Deal with it.
sprinkle other shit in there. But
Yeah.
thanks for coming. We love you guys, and we hope you enjoyed our top 10 list of sci-fi horror films.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
All right. Peace out.